recalled to the side with the late withdrawal of Graham Atkins. Alan Neil to Royce Ailiff. Ailiff tackled on the 22 by Greg Nixon. All played back for Eden to pass to the blind side to Mackay, turn back to Regan. Regan through a gap, outside 32 to Neil, now to Mike Eden. Eden over the halfway, pursued by the Sorensen brothers. Got around Dean Carney, floats it out to Russell Gartner. Gartner's up to the 22 line, and Kurt Sorensen is there to bring him down. Break made by Regan, supported by the halves. Neil, this man, Eden. Now to Hastings, and away it goes to Mike Ryan. Ryan looked in vain to the left to keep the stretch up and decided to come back into the heavy traffic. Last tackle for East as it's fed back to Mike Eden. He gets a kick in. The referee saw the tackle from George Morocco, declared it to be a legal tackle, and Cronulla has come up with it as
conducive to good open football.
Masterman, Neil, Ailiff a decoy to the inside, and then it went to John Mackay, and Mackay is tackled in centre field about 33 metres out from the Cronulla line. East leading by 2 points to 0. Regan taking it up, met by Kurt Sorensen and by Robert Lane, plays it back to Masterman. It's coming back to our side of the ground now. Neil switches it back to Hastings, floats a pass out, intercepted by Chris Gardner. They don't know that he'll have the pace. They're closing the gap rapidly. They don't know that he'll make it. He's short. No, he's over. Chris Gardner has scored for Cronulla. Gardner scores the first try of the second semi-final. This is how it happened. Alan Neil switched the point of the attack to Kevin Hastings, who threw a long ball. He was looking out there very wide for David Michael. And then Michael, one of the fastest players in rugby league, gave chase on the interceptor, Chris Gardner. Gardner knew a long way from home that he mightn't make it, but momentum in the final wash-up got him over. Here it is again on the head-on.
Yes, and on 2 counts, Cronulla shouldn't have scored. First of all, Hastings shouldn't have thrown that pass because this wasn't a calculated gamble. The pitch just wasn't on. And Michael's got the Gardner here, and he should certainly have decked him.
Gave it up, and the referee has ordered a knock-on against both. Scrum just outside the Cronulla 22.
Scrums 1 apiece, penalties favouring Eastern Suburbs 5-1 at this stage.
Fed by Neil, won by East, not a bad heel. Gone out now to Michael Ryan, looked to pass, saw the defence had come up between him and the ball support, and he took the tackle. Michael Ryan will play it to Alan Neil. He's had a look over the shoulder, probably looking for where Eden is at the moment. It's Mackay with the ball now. Tackled on the 22 on Cronulla's end of the ground. Dummy half is Jeff Masterman, and it's gone to Royce Ailiff. And Ailiff goes up the centre. He's tackled there by Nixon and by Morocco. Going to the left is Mackay. It's a decoy. It's come to Neil. Turned inside to Hastings. Stands. Says who wants it? Here's Eden with it. Eden runs into a maul of sharks, really. As they came in around him, he was able to unload to Regan, and Regan is brought down. He's about 15 metres out from the Cronulla line. Dummy half is John Tobin. This is John Mackay taking it up. He's got it down to Alan Neil. Neil's in to score. Oh, good piece of work by John Mackay. Good support from Alan Neil. As the Eastern Suburbs fan club housing one of the old grandstands go up in joy, John Mackay took it up. He took 3 defenders with him, and then Alan Neil, following the big man up, was in to score the first of the Eastern Suburbs tries.
Yes, but that certainly indicated the laxness in the Cronulla defence. They allowed Mackay to come to them rather than move up and take him, put the pressure on him, and of course Alan Neil was backing up. Full marks to Mackay and Neil, and also Eastern Suburbs.
Michael Eden with the attempted conversion. Up the top was Kurt Sorensen. Here it is coming back towards the grandstand side. Hastings to Ailiff. Ailiff trying to get between them, but he's well parcelled up there by Lamming and Hardy. And Royce Ailiff getting up, just clutching at an eye, and sinks immediately to the ground, having played it. Regan turns it back towards the blind side to Mackay, and Mackay goes to ground on the halfway line. Last tackle for East's. Eden's a dummy half. He gets a kick in, and it's found touch. A scrum will go down. No, the referee has recalled the situation for an incident involving Dane Sorensen. Eden it was who put the kick in, and then Dane Sorensen went in with what the referee believed to be a dangerous tackle. Ball again played back to Alan Neal. Off it goes to Hastings, across to Mike Eden. Short ball to John Tobin. Tobin held, but able to get the ball away to Gurr, then to Eden, now to Hastings. Hastings could well have been heard to say to Mike, oh, there's a punch up on in the back play between John Tobin and Kurt Sorensen. In fact, two Eastern Suburbs players in there now exchanging blows with Kurt Sorensen as players allowed to continue. Eastern Suburbs with the ball. Hastings has put it down. It's still loose, and this will give the touch judge his opportunity to come in. David Lamming takes the tap. It's gone to Lane. This is Dean Carney. Tackled 30 metres out from the Eastern Suburbs line. Lane again. This is Chris Whittle. And he's been driven back by the Eastern Suburbs defence. Played back to Hardy, given to Dane Sorensen. Now Nixon. Nixon shapes to pass, then cuts inside. Gets a pass to Andrew Eddinghausen. He's been felled, but there's a chance of a try. In fact, I'll tell you what, it's more than a chance. It is a try. Scored by Chris Gardner. He's picked up his second of the night. And Cronulla Sutherland have struck back and levelled at 8 points all. This was a good piece of work by Greg Nixon. I was remarking earlier how he'd done a few good things in the match, and that was exceptionally good. Andrew Eddinghausen did his job as expected, and then Chris Gardner followed. From the referee acting on a touch judge report, Marty Gurr doesn't take the line kick, decides to take the tap, and takes it up 10 metres. Half-time siren, seconds away. Regan up very strongly. He copped one in the eye. The referee lifted the whistle to his mouth. I thought he was going to give a penalty. But the concern now is for the player on the ground, Regan. That was the incident involving he and George Morocco. And given quickly to Kurt Sorensen. Now to Chris Gardner. Eden came across and missed him. Arbour didn't, though. The big front row forward did very well, giving chase on the winger. And a scrum will go down. Cronulla tonight, of course, playing without Gavin Miller, who's been a leading light for the club in their battle to survive. Carney, 10 metres into each area. Kurt Sorensen. Short ball. Oh, the halfback Robert Lane was almost off.
Yes, but he was looking for someone, wasn't he?
32 metres out from the east line. It's Hardy. Now Nixon. Nixon with a grub kick ahead. Cronulla's got a very good chance here. They're going to score. Yes! Try scored by Anderson, the centre three-quarter, off a magnificent cross kick from Greg Nixon.
Movement of the ball there. Unlucky with Nixon making the half break, unable to slip the ball to the support, but the support was there.
Dane Sorensen. Dane Sorensen tackled in the centre of the ground, just outside the Eastern Suburbs 22. Cronulla 12, Eastern Suburbs 8, as Lamming goes away from dummy half. And he's tackled on the quarter. They'll set it up again for the bomb or the grub. It's with Anderson across to Lane. Out now to Kurt Sorensen. Across to Mullane. And then it's gone on to Dean Carney. Carney got a pass to Eddinghausen. Oh, he could see the line in front of him, only a metre up ground. Masterman taking the tap. 5 metres into Cronulla's area. Arbour goes up. Makes a run of about 10. Takes play midway between the quarter and half. Neal, short ball. In fact, he cut out a player. Picked up Mackay, and he's given it to him this time. 10 minutes in the sin bin for Kurt Sorensen. Kurt Sorensen in the sin bin for 10 minutes. And there was the incident on the replay. 33 metres out, right in front, short run back, and he hits it. He's got it, Eden. That brings the gap down to 12 points to 10. 12-10 in favour of Cronulla Sutherland with 12 minutes to go. Remaining now as Gurr takes the touch finder, and the tap will be taken just outside the Cronulla 22. The clock has stopped here at the ground, so I'm relying on our own time at the moment, which indicates that we are down inside the last 2.5 minutes. if that. And coming away with it is John Tobin for Eastern Suburbs. He's about 8 metres out from the line. He'll play it back to Jeff Masterman. Masterman goes himself. Masterman is about 5 metres out when the tackle was completed. Michael Eden has gone in now. Calls Alan Neal. Here's Neal, puts the grub in, but it's down to Cronulla Sutherland. The kick's only as good as the followers, and that particular move was nowhere near organised as Greg Mullane is put down. 15 out from the line. Morocco. Penalty to Cronulla. Cronulla Sutherland getting a penalty that could well see them shut this game now down with just dummy half runs, really. Morocco inside the 32-metre point. Playing it back to Chris Gardner, who's undoubtedly been one of their stars. 11 metres his side of the halfway. So it's looking very much like two of the beachside clubs taking each other on in the cup final next Wednesday. Dane Sorensen to the halfway mark. Cronulla realising that they just have to hold this ball now as the final seconds tick away in the second semi-final. Kedwell goes to ground, the siren sounds, and look at the elation in the Sharks camp, both on and off the field. Cronulla Sutherland against the odds without Gavin Miller and battling for survival, not just in the cup, but for overall survival, have reached the cup final to play Manly next Wednesday night. Gardner 2 tries, Anderson a try, 12 points. Eastern Suburbs, Neal a try, and Eden 3.